Hey everyone, this is Patrick and it is time for another collection update. I got some real cool stuff to show you all. Really excited about this collection update. A lot of new releases. In fact, 2 brand new 2023 albums that I'm happy to own. They are some of my favorite albums of this year so far. Let's see what else I have. I have a 2022 album that I loved. It was in the top 4, 5, 6 albums of the year for me last year. Had it on pre-order for a little while. I have a live album that was recorded during COVID. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff to show, so let's do that. But first, we are listening to a Swedish dark ambient electronics project called Fad Dad. And yeah, even though it's English and it's Swedish, actually I would say, but Swedish uses the English alphabet. It's a Latin script, yeah, I'm probably saying Fad Dad wrong somehow. So, electronics dark ambient duo, I believe. This project came out in 2015. You can see below for more details. So, let's begin. Excited to say I now own this amazing 2022 album from Thou and Mismer. This is their Myopia collaboration, full length from 2022. This is blackened doom, and it is heavy, and it is relentless, and even though it is doom, it is pretty aggressive because of the blackened nature of both the vocal performance and the drums. So, Thou is from Portland, Oregon. Mismer are a band from Baton Rouge, I believe. Amazing. Try to step back. Amazing artwork here from Aaron Horkey. And yeah, 8 tracks, almost an hour and 14 minutes of music, and comes on this amazing, cool variant right here. It's gold with some white and silver splatter. Gotta love it. So, Mismer tends to lyric sheet. Mismer tends to write some of my favorite types of lyrics: existentialism, mortality. The album title of this one, Myopia, which is nearsightedness, lack of imagination, and this kind of explores how much of our conflict, internal conflict, interpersonal conflict between nation states is short-sighted. Short-termism is failing us all, and really amazing album. I just love how it's relentless for a doom album, but it is most assuredly a doom album. Mismer, Thou collaboration album from 2022 called Myopia, out on Gilead Media. Okay, speaking of sort of lyrical themes that I really am drawn to. So this is cool. This is Full of Hell's live album. It's called Auditory Trauma, Full of Hell Isolation Sessions, and recorded in October 2020, deep during October 2020. We did not know what the days, weeks, months, years were going to look like. Vaccines were not out yet. So and that's what this sounds like. So this is really cool because the songs that are featured here, it's 11 tracks, 24 minutes of music. Songs that are featured here you get Pile of Dead Horses from the debut Full of Hell album. You get another track from the debut album. You get one track from their second album, Rudiments of Mutilation. Then you get 5 tracks from Trumpeting Ecstasy, my favorite Deathgrind album, my favorite Full of Hell album. And then you also get the 3 original tracks that Full of Hell wrote and recorded for their Amber Moat EP, which came out in 2016. So a really cool selection of songs here, extremely heavy, brutal, death grind, fast as hell, yet they sometimes, as you know, slow it down a bit, bring in that just absolutely miserable doom and devastation. 45 RPMs, cover art by John Weiss. That was an independent release. Forgot what the cover of the vinyl is. Let's see if it is indeed a color. I think it's red. Cool red vinyl. So, next up is an amazing 2023 album. This is Street Tunes with their debut album called Repulsive Decay, and they're from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and this is reason I was excited to check this out, besides the amazing cover art here by Todd White, was that this features the bassist of Trap Them, one of my favorite hardcore bands. This is just killer death metal. I think of Sarcophagus, Autopsies all over this, Vastum, Cadaver, really well done death metal. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. Again, so features members of, the bass player of Trap Them, and then features Damien of the band Yar and Distorted Evil. Ben Bradsky on drums. He also plays drums. Here's who I wanted to pull up from Old Dagger. So, yeah, killer 2023 death metal release right here. That sounds both old and just absolutely new at the same time. Memorable riffs. It has a little bit of that sort of hardcore energy as well. Street Tunes, here's the variant I received. Out on Carbonized Records, and there it is, flyer for it, featuring 6 tracks of thrashing death metal / punk, freshly ripped from the grave. And, well, yeah, Street Tunes, one of my favorite albums of 2023, just an amazing death metal album. Next up, I got 2 releases from this band. This band is a hard to categorize band. Another West Coast band. They're from San Jose, California, and this is Deathgrave, and this album is called So Real It's Now. And let me tell you, this album art is devastating, and it's just devastating. Think about it all the time. So real it's now. Deathgrave, wow, Deathgrave. I wrote down all the bands that come to my mind when I listen to Deathgrave, and it's pretty remarkable. So, like, in terms of the death metal they give you, so overall this is, I would say, a death grind, grindcore, hardcore punk band. The death metal parts remind me of Incantation, Suffocation, Entombed, Cannibal Corpse. They also bring in some doom on this album, but it's like sludgy doom as opposed to hardcore doom. Can't forget Autopsy in here, and that's because actually Greg Wilkinson plays guitars in Deathgrave, current bassist in Autopsy, which is, yeah, really cool, and also the lead vocalist of Brain Oil, which is sludge, So all of this makes sense. Sort of the grindcore hardcore punk stuff actually reminds me of Every Time I Die, which is my favorite hardcore band. The Hot Damn era. Deathgrave, really, really great stuff here. So, lyric sheet. And here is the album variant. Pretty cool. Oxblood silver, half and half. Awesome. This came out on Tank Crimes. Awesome. Check out Scotty and Tank Crimes. Speaking of Deathgrave, speaking of Tank Crimes. Oh yeah. So happy to have Deathgrave's 2023 album. This just came out at the time I was recording this. This is called It's Only Midnight. Amazing artwork. So this album is more dissonant, more chaotic. Death metal, death grind, hardcore punk. The vocals of this band remind me of so there's blackened, high-pitched vocals that remind me of the vocals from Aura or Jamie from Knoll. There's some low gutturals that remind me of Demolik at times on this album. So just this album is extremely fun. The lyrics are insane. Like Rats Are Back is about a rat infestation into what sounds like a suburban home, and it's disgusting. And then he's so frustrated that he basically lights a match and sets his rat-infested house on fire. Slurring sermons is like basically an acid trip in a Catholic church, and also an interpolation of Cain and Abel and how, hey, you should share your drugs because you know what happens when you don't share in the Bible. Then you have Lonely Streets is actually a really sad song of a drug addict walking the lonely streets, running into a little kid and asking himself, like, I was basically just like this kid, like, what happened to me? He thinks about his mom who gave him a train set, but he's trying to find the next train station to sleep at. That song actually gets really sad. But this is mostly extremely fun, hardcore punk, death grind, grindcore, filthiness. So yeah, Deathgrave amazing. Out on Tank Crimes. Here's the amazing variant I received. So this is, I think it was limited out of 200. This is which shows up well there like that. Blue with butterfly splatter. Yeah, limited out of 200. Max Rain did the vocals on both of these Deathgrave albums. Lyric sheet right here. One of my commenters told me, "Hey, you have a great channel and all, but like you're really horrible at looking at the camera." And I even got a new camera, so it's going to be even more strange for me. Here's the band, but eventually I'll get better at looking at the camera and in presentation. But so awesome albums. Let me know if you check any of them out. Let me know if you dig them or not. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. See you in the comment section and stay heavy. Bye.